Hello there, YouTube, Lock and Load Ninjas, interwebs at large. I just wanted to do this real quick. I recently had to, well, I'm still in the middle of it actually. I'm going through a series of treatments with a chiropractor who's also a gun guy and a radio guy, and he's an all-around good guy. He's the one I went to for the CCW with the bad back video, Dr. Gene Garris. And along the way, as we were trying to treat this, some issues arose. So it sort of came down to the fact that I was doing everything I normally do, the same way I normally do it while I was going through the treatment. And I need to give you a little background. All of this began with my back in about 2013. Prior to that, I was having to travel all the time to do the radio show. Then that went away, and I started doing the radio show here in a home studio. And my spine started to compress, and it was it was bad. I could barely walk. So I've been going all these years wondering what it was about. I thought it was because I was overweight, which I still am, but not as badly as I used to be. And so it's led us to here. So there's a little bit of that background. But anyway, for a little bit I've been having to do off-body carry, which nobody recommends off-body carry, although off-body carry is something you have to do sometimes, especially due to a medical condition. So to that end, I started looking at fanny packs. Now, I have a line of bags that's coming out sooner or later from Tough Products called Sheep's Clothing, and that got put on hold temporarily during the whole everybody's got to have a mask thing. They shifted and started making masks, and so that's on hold. So I had to go elsewhere to do it. Now, first up, so I did a search on YouTube looking for concealed carry fanny packs, as I was looking for a recommendation because I didn't really know which way to go. And the first thing that popped up was James Yeager, and he was demoing the Galco Fastrax. This is a innovative fanny pack. It has a built-in holster right there. This one will hold a Glock 19 sized pistol, slide and grip. The way it works is you have a stiff back. After you unzip it to get to your gun, you pull on this and the holster will pop up and the gun will be presented. And then you're basically drawing from a appendix draw sort of angle. This works very well. I ran around with this for a few weeks. It has the only complaint I have, the strap. The strap is elastic. It will fit up to a 50-inch waist. I need that. This one will actually go beyond that. It's very comfortable. This I'm going to continue to use as my bike riding bag. I innovated one time, but this will work pretty good if I put it on my back. Once again, though, the only con to it, this pocket right here is not. It could hold magazines, but I think it's sort of meant to hold your phone. It has your earplug hole for the cable if you're running a cable into it. If you do run magazines into it, the fabric is so thin it's going to look like you're carrying magazines around in it. So there's no room for a reload in this. Other than that, it carries the gun quite well, and it's just about the size of a gun. Very comfortable, very easy to put on, very easy to move around. Like when you get in your car, you might want to move it to the left or to the right. Bear in mind that all of these have a shortcoming that thankfully I've managed to dodge at this particular point. The other one I tried. Now, DeSantis is a sponsor of mine. This is the Gunny Sack. This one is designed to hold a Glock 19 as well. Now, this one has room for more than the gun. It can hold reloads. It has 2 pockets on the side. And the drawing mechanism is this loop, and you draw and pull away, and there you have your holster. Once again, The important thing about these is I think you need to have something, your pistol in something that is going to cover that trigger guard and keep it in place. This also holds the gun very firmly, holds it very well. At the angle that you're going to wear it, it's going to be a pretty easy draw. I had no issues with it when I would practice with it. But once again, this is a Glock 19 sized holster. Now this, unlike this one, because I like my Glock G45. This one will hold my G45. Unfortunately, the FasTrax will not. But it does hold my Ace Firearms MAC Compact 9 that Roger Ward built for me. Having one of these, I think, is important to the degree that if you want to keep carrying a gun and you can't, if your back is giving you issues, whatever's giving you issues, what was happening with me is I would conceal carry whatever pistol I was carrying. And the weight didn't matter. The lightest gun I owned, the heaviest gun I owned, if I was concealing it, I always conceal it on my hip. I put it in the concealment holster inside the waistband. It would push, and then as soon as I would get my back adjusted, I'd get in the car and I'd put it on the seat belt, and this would push my back out. When all of this first started, my right leg was 3 inches shorter than my left leg, which this one doesn't have a measure. 3 inches might be right about there. It was cartoonish how short my leg was. So, having said all of that, we decided to go with a crash course where I'm doing 6 of these in 2 weeks. 6 of these adjustments. It's very painful, and at the same time, I didn't want to undo the work. So for the past 3 weeks, I've been carrying guns in a fanny pack configuration, one way or the other. I just got to where I can carry concealed again. I could carry outside the waistband, but when I'm going down there it's a little bit like enhanced interrogation. When I go down there for that, it is so strenuous that I wear gym clothes. So I could have worn outside the waistband, which is typically the way I carry anyway, but I needed something to where I could be yanked around and manipulated and have things maneuvered back in place. My 59-year-old body was quite resistant to that, so I'm just trying to keep a little more movement time on my clock. That's all I'm trying to do. So for those of you who are getting to be my age, and you're getting to be, you're getting to the point where you have to have this done or that done or the other done, hips replaced, knees replaced, arthritis, whatever it is. Lots of people will tell you not to carry off body, but I think the important thing is to carry. And to that end, I think these 2 bags, the FasTrax by Galco, and the Gunny Sack by DeSantis, which the Gunny Sack, I think, is the original gun carrying fanny pack. Well, Gene DeSantis always has these things going on, and he came up with a good one. The one thing that you're going to want to look for if you do look for a fanny pack, whoever, if it's not one of these, both of these have a solid, rigid back. That's important because you want something to offset that weight. So I think both of these are very fine, smaller, bigger. Just boils down to what you want to have. Thanks for your attention. I sure do appreciate that part of it. If you like this kind of content, and I hope you do, I finally got some more stuff coming in that I get to go shoot here shortly. Well, give me a thumbs up. I would really like it if you would subscribe to the channel and, of course, hit the notifications bell. As it is and as it stands, I am out of here.